Jeff came over. He's gonna cut that off.
Okay.
We talked it over and decided just to cut the bottom section of the quarter panel off. Yeah, I was just making sure the wires weren't gonna get cut, and they weren't. Smoking. Oh, a little rusty and dirty. What's in there? Stuff living in there? Any gold?
Coin.
Ooh, pretty rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Look at all that. What the heck? Oh, that's a stupid spray foam.
Oh, is it? I thought it was dirt piling.
Well, this is right here. Yeah. Goo. Yeah, I feel like if I definitely should drill that out on because that's full of rust.
Yeah.
Okay. Here I was drilling out the factory spot welds to remove that lower section.
Yeah, that lower part.
I'm working on peeling this part off, which would end up being this part. We're going to try to drill holes in there and then mimic the factory. And then we'll go and weld that on. And then this dent, I will just pull it out. I have a stud puller, so I'll try to pull it out as much as I can. So right now I'm working on, I drilled out a lot of the welds. I need to drill them a little bit further. And then I'm going to clean up this rust and put some rust converter on it. Let that dry before we weld on anything. That last little piece here. I'm going to get this spray foam out, and then I'll grind all this down, clean it up real quick. I'm going to take the belt sander here and clean up the spot welds. Get a different piece of sandpaper here. All right, well, I have an opening here. I'm going to try to push this out a little bit further before we try to weld on that lower piece, since I have access. See if I can do a little work on that thing. It's in there pretty good. I do have a stud puller too. It like welds the studs on and you pull it out. I'm going to try to get it out as much as I can. I can't really get a hammer back there because the interior walls here. So I'm going to try a few different things. Pry bar and stuff. Just kind of try to push it out a little bit and see if I can get it out at all any better. I'm going to try I have this big pry bar. Let's stick it back here. I started pushing on it a little bit. It actually pushed it out quite a bit. Need to get this crease here down in here. It's right there. It's low. Oil cannon. Definitely got a lot of it out there though, just by prying on it a little bit, which is awesome. It's not dipped down quite as far. If I can get in there from here. No leverage. This thing's just too long. If I can jacked it up more, maybe. See if I can get something else in here, maybe. Just need to push this section out a little bit more. Get that. It's getting there. Definitely way better than it was. See if I can get a screwdriver in there, maybe a little bit skinnier. No, not enough. Not enough leverage on that side. Cool. It's much better. Way better. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's not dipped in anymore. Little bit on this edge. I probably pushed a couple high spots in it, but try to tap those down maybe. But I did definitely got it out. Way better than it was. It was probably in a good inch. So it's awesome. All right, got all that cleaned up. I'm gonna spray some rust converter in there and let that dry overnight. And tomorrow I'll try to tackle starting to fit that thing. Got that area prepped. I put rust converter on it, let it dry overnight. I ground down this area to bare metal because we're gonna weld there. And then I put the weld through primer on it. Drilled out holes here, so when this goes on, can weld it on the bottom like the factory had it. I'm gonna Gonna let that stuff dry, and then we'll move forward. We got these in. I put one self-tapper in. Do another one here on the other side. See if I can get this one going straight. There it goes. Sucked it right in. Here, I'll loosen it. There we go. Yeah. Suck it in a little. No, it's good. Okay. The way these work, there's a little sleeve here. It slides in. We don't really have very good access on the inside, but we're going to just probably end up dropping it down and then grabbing a magnet. Hopefully they'll come out of there. If not, it'll be in there forever. All right. Oh, there is some like foam stuff in there. I tried to get it out as much as I could. Oh, you need gas. Too hot. Are you moving already? Okay. Tried to, just gonna slide it down, maybe, if it'll slide. You did it. Hey! Sweet. Yeah, maybe we can just like drop that one down right there and I can grab the magnet and before we do the other one. I don't know. I have no idea. Nice. Is it stuck? Or are we out? Uh-oh. We ran out of welding wire. Went to Harbor Freight, got some more welding wire. Just welding that up. I was working on this panel. I separated the top and the bottom here. We're going to try to cut this part off and then stick it over here to see if it matches. We're going to try to line it up here because that other one is off a different year, so we're kind of worried that it's not the same contour here. So I separated that one. Okay. Got it off. We figured out the window way bigger on the, I don't know what year, maybe 71, 72. So good thing we didn't cut. Now we got to figure out how to make this piece work. Maybe that? Is that the same? Just
Finding the right spot.
That's going to be the hard part. Yeah, is this the same? Like if you put that there, if we cut this off so it's not hitting up there and maybe it'll fit on, or it's probably going to be.
Yeah. Cut this off, but
but it's going to push it. That it would be in the middle, huh? Yeah. Okay. Right. Jeff welded this on. I'm going to grind the welds down now, clean it up, see if there's any pinholes, if I need to weld anything else up. I'm gonna probably start with the flap disc, maybe knock it down a little, and then I have my belt sander. I'll obviously need more sandpaper, and then I also have the angle grinder, which is do a variety. I'll use the belt sander down here underneath the spot welds. See if I can get a better view here. There. So I'll use that to get in there. Got it cleaned up. I got to weld a hole. There's a hole here and a tiny little one there. I'm going to weld those up, grind it down. Probably sand this panel. Try to start, maybe hammer dolly this down a little bit better. And then I'll put some filler on it. Okay, I got it welded. Or the other little pinholes welded up. Sanded. There's literally, I welded I think 2 other holes up. Jeff did really good going across there. So ground off the rest of the body filler that was left on there. I'm gonna sand everything down now with 80 grit, get it all consistent, and do a little body work. I think hammer dolly. Gotta see what I can hammer dolly. There's only so much access. Got some filler on there. Anytime I put filler over anything that gets welded, I usually use some sort of fiberglass. It's basically short strand reinforced fibers in there. Just in case there's any pinholes or anything that got missed. Kind of helps it, hopefully, in the long run. So I mixed up quite a bit, so I ended up going up a little higher. Might as well use it. Getting excited. This is getting close. Got that quarter panel to do. I bought this piece hoping it would work. I think it came off like a 71 or 72. And I was hoping I could put that in there. But the back glass is a different size. Unfortunately. Goes up way higher. It probably is like this. About like so. But anyways. So I'll try to see if I can get the correct year. So I can cut it here and here, drill out the spot welds, put it in. Because that's a mess. We'll see if I can find one. I don't know. Trying. I'm going to go back to Autocraft, which is the place I got that from. See if they have anything laying around. I'm going to take that piece with me so I know not to get that size again. Need it smaller. It's getting there. It's getting there. I was going to start sanding the filler I just put on, but it was a little tacky, so I sanded out the
2 little dings there, and then started mounting the fender so I can finish blocking out the body filler that I had left on that. I finished up sanding the fender and started sanding the door with 80 grit. Try to see where some of the low spots were. There's a couple dings here and there. Quite a few low areas toward the front. Big shallow low area. I ground those down to bare metal, some of the smaller dents. And then I blocked out the quarter and put another layer of filler on there. And that's kind of where I ended up for the day. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.